Hello everyone. So let's see how to solve today's question. So today's question is count of substrings containing every vowel and k consonants. Okay, this is the part two of this question. So the part one of this question is also the same, just the constraints are different. So in that the word dot length is I think till 250 only. So in that we can get a solution which is of O of n square or greater than that also accepted. But in this, as the length is 2 into 10 to the power 5, we strictly need to implement a solution which is of order O of n. Okay, n or n log n, something like that we can implement. Okay, so let's go through the question. So you are given a string word and a non-negative integer k. Okay, return the total number of substrings of word that contain every vowel a, e, I, o, u at least once and exactly k consonants. Okay, so what's a substring first of all? So if you consider any string like a, b, c, d, e, f, so in this b, c, d is a substring, c, d, e is a substring, and d, e, f also a substring. Okay, so consecutively when you select like when we select consecutive characters from a string, so that's a substring. Okay, so you can select any consecutive characters from the string, so that will be a substring. So now you need to find such substrings that contain every vowel at least once. Okay, so suppose if I take an example of a, b, a, e, I, o, u. Okay, so in this you can see like every vowel is occurring at least one. This a, B, A, E, I, O, U. So in this, A is occurring two times, this E is occurring one times, I is occurring one times, O is occurring one times, and U is occurring one time. So in this, all the vowels are occurring at least one time. Okay, you can see. Okay, so this is one condition which we need to accommodate. The second condition which is given is that it should contain exactly k consonants. Okay, so what are consonants? All the all the letters which are not vowels are known as consonants. Okay, so suppose if in this A, B, A, E, I, O, U example, if I consider this whole as a substring, then how many consonants are there? This one. This B is only the only consonants in it. Okay, so we need to find such substrings which have all the vowels at least once and which can have exactly k consonants. Okay, so if you take this example, the first example, a, E, I, O, Q, Q. So in this you can see all the vowels are not there. Okay, so all the vowels are not present. So since the first condition only is not satisfied, so I cannot even think about the second condition, and we don't have any substring for it which has all the vowels in it and which is having exactly k consonant in it. So the answer for this will be zero. Okay, because this is not having all the vowels in it. Now, if we see the second example, in this the k is given as 0. Okay, so this means the substring should not be having any consonant in it, any consonant. Okay, so if you see in this a, e, I, o, u. Okay, so if you consider this whole string, then this is having all the vowels in it, and also this is having this is not having any consonant in it. The count of consonant in this string is 0. Okay, this is not containing any b, d, f something. Okay, so the count of consonant in it 0. So this whole string is the only substring which is having all the vowels in it, and also the exactly k consonants constant is getting matched. So the answer for this is 1. Let's just take one more example and then we will think about the approach and we will see how to go about it. So in this one, in this example, if you see, the k is given as 1. Okay, so we need to find out all the substrings which are having exactly one consonant and having all the vowels in it at least one time. Okay, so if you see this substring from 0 to 5, from 0 to 5, the substring which we have is I, E, A, O, U, Q. Okay, so in this you can see A is there, E is there, I is there, O is there, U is there. Okay, so A, E, I, O, U, all of them are there, and also there is this Q. Okay, this Q is occurring one time only. Okay, one. So there is one consonant which is there in this substring. So this is the valid substring which we need to accommodate in our answer. So after this, our count is one. Okay, so we have found one substring which is following our condition. Okay, so if you take this, then 6 to 11 is also a valid substring. Why? Because this is also having all the vowels in it: A, E, I, O, U, and there is only one consonant which is Q. Okay, so this is also following our condition. Similarly, the substring from 7 to 12, this one is also following our condition. Okay, so now how should we go about solving this? Okay, so whenever there is a substring type of question in a string, one of the approaches which come to mind is a sliding window. Okay, a sliding window approach can help us. Okay, like something if we can like try to accommodate, like I will accommodate a window which will keep on containing every new character till the time I don't find a substring which is having all the vowels in it and k consonant in it. Okay, so sliding window approach comes to my mind, but this exactly k constraint which is given now. So if we think now, so it is better for us to find out rather than this exactly k consonant, we can find at least k. So finding out at least k is a lot easier with a sliding window. This at least k condition easily can be easily done with a sliding window. This exactly k can get things messed up. Okay, so whenever moving forward, also if you find any question which is having some exactly k condition, na, and if you are trying to implement a sliding window, I will what I'm about to tell you, just keep that in mind. Okay, so when we have such a constraint, na, what we do, we find out at least k windows. Okay, at least k substring. So all the substring which are having consonants at least one. Okay, so which are having consonants one, two, or three. Okay, so which are having at least one. If I find out all the substrings which are having consonants at least one, at least two, at least so at least one means which can have one, which can have two, which can have three also. Okay, and then if I find out all the substrings which are having consonants at k plus 1. Okay, so which are having 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, okay. So if I have a count of substrings, for like this 1, 2, 3, 4, for at least one, so I will be having the count of all the substrings which are having at least one, like this, which are having one, which are having two, which are having three, which are having four, and which are having five, and go so on. And if I subtract the count of substrings which are having two, three, four, five, so if I subtract these two, I can easily get the count of substrings which are having exactly one consonant. Okay, I think you are able to get it. I hope you are able to get it. So if I subtract all the all the substrings which are having count of which are having k plus one consonants from the substrings which are having k consonants. Okay, so then I can get my answer. Okay, so this is the main crux of our problem. So now I will just implement this because this implementing at least k is easier. So let's see in the code now. So let me go to the code. So what I am doing is over here in the code is I have created this function. Okay, count of substring having at least x consonants. Okay, so this is my main function. So what I'm doing, count of substring having at least x consonants, and the value of k I'm passing is k. Okay, so in our case, if you take this example where k equals to 1, the k will be passed as 1. Okay, so all the substrings which are having consonants as 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 and 5, so on, and which are also having the vowels in them at least one, so those ones I will be considering, and I will be getting a count of them. Okay, and after that I am just subtracting the count of substrings which are having at least all the vowels and also k plus 1 consonants. Okay, k plus 1 consonants. So in that I can get 2, 3, 4, 5 consonants so on. And if I subtract the count of these two, I will be getting just this, just the just the substrings which are having exactly one consonants in them. Okay. So now in this function, what I'm doing over here is that I am taking this the pointer start, and for maintaining my window, I have created a set to check for consonants, for checking the vowels, not the consonants. And we can also check the consonant through it also, because if a character is not a consonant, then it's a vowel, and if it's not a vowel, it's a consonant. Okay. So I'll be checking consonant and vowels both through this. You will be seeing that in the code. Okay. So after that, I've created a pointer. Okay, not a pointer. This is for getting the count. Okay, so for my current window, whatever the count of consonants I will be having, I will be maintaining that in this consonants variable. So suppose if my current window is having one consonant in it, if it is having only B, or if it is having B and D, so I will be incrementing the count when I'll be getting a new consonant each time. Okay, so B, D, F. Okay, so at after getting B, D, F, the count of consonant will be 3. Okay, so that's how I'm doing it. And after that, I have just created a window map. So all the window information, my sliding window information, I will be maintaining in this window map. Okay. So this long result, this is my final variable, which will be getting me the result. Okay, for my answer. Now till here, there is nothing much to explain. Just whatever I have told, I have coded it up, and I have just initialized few variables for the same. Now our main approach comes. Okay. So in this, you can see I have created this window map. I have taken this result, and now what I'm doing, I'm going at every end position. Okay. So I am occupying. So the initially my start will be at 0, and also my end will be at 0. Both of them will be at 0th index. Okay. So after I go through each end, I am accommodating that in my window. Okay. So suppose if I encounter this E, so based on this E, I'll be updating my window map. Then I'll encounter this D, then I will update my window map. So I am accommodating all the characters information in this window map. Okay. Then what I'm doing is I'm also maintaining that consonant variable, right? So for this consonant variable, what I'm doing is if it is not a vowel, so whatever my current character is at my end, whatever the current character is at my end, I am just incrementing the consonant count if it is not a vowel. Okay. So if it's not a vowel, I'm just incrementing the count. After that, what I'm doing is suppose if I found a substring which is having my condition, which is having consonant greater than equals to k, and also this is having all the vowels in it. Okay, all the vowels at least once. So how I am checking that is I am getting all the keys, and if these keys contains all the vowels, then I can safely say that this is having all the vowels in it. So my current window is having all the vowels in it, and after that, this condition is just checking if all the consonants are there or not. So, okay, so if the consonant were one, so if my current count of consonant is greater than equals to the given count of consonants. Okay, so that's what I'm checking over here. Then what I'm doing in this line is that suppose if I have found a valid substring. Okay, suppose if it was A, B, E, I, O, U. For this, suppose the count of K was 1. Okay. So I have found this. Now, after this, suppose if I add X, Y, Z, whatever I add, that will be a valid one. Okay. Why? Because I'm checking for at least K. I'm checking for at least K. So this has already satisfied my condition. So whatever after that I will add any more characters in this substring, that will also satisfy my condition. Okay, so what does that mean is, suppose if I have found a string like this, after that, whatever number of characters I have left in my string, those all will also be a valid one. Okay, so that's what I am adding in my answer. So suppose if after this my count of characters were 2, suppose it was x and z. Okay, so now as in this window only my condition is satisfied, so in this two also my condition will be satisfied. So the total total number of substrings which will be valid will be 3 in this case. Why? Because this one was already valid, and then if I add this, and then if I add this, then also it will be valid only. So that's why I am adding it in my answer in this result variable. Okay, then what I am doing is just I am getting the start character. So then I will be trying to shrink down my window. So I will start dropping off character from my start. Why? Because suppose if this substring was valid, and if it was containing some extra k, suppose if it was like a, let me just write it down. Suppose if it was like a, c, d, e, I, o, u. Okay, suppose if it was like double a. Okay, if it was like this. Okay, so now if it was like this, and if I have found this, then don't you think that this one is also a valid one? This one is also valid because it is having all the vowels in it, and suppose if the count of k was one only, then it is also having the count of k as at least one. This is having two consonant in it, so this is also satisfying my condition. So I will start dropping off characters from the beginning to see if even after the dropping off, even if when I am shrinking the window, am I able to get a window which is also following the condition again. So that's why I'm trying to drop off from the beginning. Okay. So once I have dropped off from the beginning, then what I will do is I will just remove that character, and if that character is frequency is 0, then I will remove it from my map. And if the character was a consonant, I will be reducing my count because I am maintaining the current window in information, right? So I will be removing the count of that consonant from it, and then I will be incrementing the start. Then I will again check after dropping off from the beginning whether my current window is a valid one or not. Okay, so if it is a valid one, then I will again do the same thing. Like after that, I can also accommodate all the characters after it, whatever they be, and then I will be adding them in my result. So that's how my code will work. And after that, once the string is no more valid, I will increment my end, and then I will continue with checking for other characters. Okay, so this is just a proper sliding window approach only. So I think I was able to convey the approach to you. So if you are aware about sliding window, this should be easy only. So once I have got the count of at least k, that I am using in over here. So that's what I have already told you. So after reducing these two counts, I will be getting my answer, and that I will be returning it. So what will be my time complexity? So time complexity will be O of n. A sliding window is there, and also at every character, I will be max going at that character two times only. I won't be going to that character even three times also. Okay, so at max I will be touching down every character two times. So the time complexity will be O of n, and also I have taken this space, so the space complexity will be O of n because I can add all the characters in this window map. Okay. So the space complexity will also be O of n. So yeah, that's about it. I hope I was able to make you understand the approach. If you have any doubts, do let me know in the comments. I will try to resolve them. Yeah, that's about it. Thanks.